I'm back. Yeah, I figured why not today do a live stream here and catch up a little bit. Um, I'm trying to think when's the last time. I know I did a live commentary of K through 12. Let's see here. Yeah, so the last live stream that I did solo was almost a month ago. So yeah, figured I'd catch up a little bit here, talk about movies. So see, waiting for people to come in for a little bit. Okay, so coming up next week will be a discussion and stream on Rocky 2 through Rocky Balboa. And it's going to be next Thursday night. The start time, it may be, around 7 o'clock or whatever, 7 o'clock at night. As far as other Stallone movies I'll be reviewing here, Paradise Alley, that's coming up because I can't find Fist anywhere to watch. So I'm going to skip that one for now and watch Paradise Alley. So, and as far as some of the requests here, I got a few movies that were suggested, and I'll mention those here in a little bit. I'll wait for some people to come in here. And while we wait, look at some movie news here. Hey, Alter, Good Burger 2. I'm good. I'm good on another Good Burger. Hey, Scotty. So we got Scotty and Alter so far. Yeah, we don't need a Good Burger 2. For me, that's just something that just stuck in the 90s. And it got played out a little for me. I mean, I like Kenan and Kel, but we don't need a sequel. And when did Good Burger come out? Back in what, 96, 7? Yeah. But again, they want to tap into that nostalgia vein. The only Good Burger we need in real life. Yeah. Anne Hathaway is going to be a dinosaur movie. Whatever. Oof. Just ate lunch. So we got 2 people in here so far. Zachary Levi. I never saw Chuck. I just haven't gotten the opportunity to see the show. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. Well, I mean, it kind of seems like it's been the case. I mean, the past, a little over a decade now, they want to tap into that, 80s and 90s nostalgia. Subway sounds good. So, since we have a couple of people in here so far, and I'll mention it again later. So, some of the films that were suggested to me to check out and review, Mulan from '98, and the remake, the reboot, whatever you want to call it, Shanghai Noon and Nights, the Rush Hour trilogy, The Fugitive, Kiss of the Dragon, Throw Mama from the Train, the Scream movies, Analyze This and That, um, Broken Arrow from 1950, and Broken Arrow from 1996, and the first two Critters movies. So that's what I've gotten so far. Yeah, I did hear about that. I mean, I'm interested. It seems like a lot of the cast is coming back. And I think I have the first season of Monk. If I don't, I want to pick up the show. Yeah, that's kind of what I was like, because I want to talk about review other movies here in between doing Stallone reviews. And I was being, like for me, I was being indecisive. I just had a hard time kind of picking out the movies. So I figured, why not do requests again? And I'm still taking requests. There's no, deadline or whatever, so I'm still taking some at the moment. And yeah, I can do that. Actually, I got the Blu-ray. That's why I have this here, so I could write this down for people. But yeah, I mean, I've been, very indecisive, trying to pick out the movies. Yeah, I did see the trailer for that. I don't know, just I don't know if it really grabbed me. Yeah, yeah, Deep Rising. I have to let me write that down because I want to watch that film again. I've seen it. No, I've seen it before, but I want to go back and rewatch it again. Like that's one of those films I definitely want to refresh on. It's a great movie though. I could do that for you. Aliens in the Attic? No, I haven't gotten that. I was just writing it down here. But yeah. Okay, start with Deep Rising. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I got so many behind, like so many movies behind here. Like, there's ways, a lot of options. And, again, I could just pick out randomly movie, like just random movies, but I'll just, leave it up to you guys. Hey, Neopunk. Got Neopunk here. And I may, so okay, next Thursday, for people that didn't catch the announcement, next Thursday night, we'll be doing a discussion and stream on Rocky 2 through Rocky Balboa. And I know so far Matt Thomas is going to be there, and I'm open to a few more people for those who would like to join and talk about the movies. Um, so I may do, I'm going to do that Thursday night. Now, before, um, I may do another hangout. Let me think about that. Because we haven't done one in a while. Okay, you got some? Okay. I see that Neopunk. And for people that go back and, watch this stream later, you can submit some in the comment section. Believe it or not, I have never seen Swordfish and Vanilla Sky. I've never seen those movies, but I do have them. Put that right there. Mm. Hey, Bobby. All right, Alter Ego, I got your requests. Hey, Common Rider. Do I think a King Kong horror movie would work? It'd be different. I'll be interested. And I don't mean in the style of Winnie the Pooh, but if they actually, went dark, maybe, but they would never do it. They wouldn't have the guts and the balls to make a horror film King Kong movie. I mean, I'd be up for it. So, let me see here. Should it be in the style of Alien? Um, I don't know. I mean, you would have to have a great director to take on. But I don't know who nowadays would do that. I mean, are there any are there any directors now that would direct a King Kong horror movie that has done or done a string of great movies? The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. I mean, at the moment I'm doing sort of like requests. So if you want me to check that out, I'll put your name down here. Let me see. I remember watching Johnny Quest back in the day, like back in the 90s, like some of the reruns and stuff. Johnny Quest and Haji. I'll have to see what if I could find that out there. As far as like the hangout, I was just looking at the calendar. I may. Hmm. It might be like not next weekend, but the weekend after, maybe. That's what I'm thinking about. Yes, I do plan on seeing John Wick 4, next Saturday, actually. I got to work kind of late Friday night, so I won't be able to see it opening night, but I will definitely be catching it Saturday, a matinee. When do you think that Wizard of Oz horror film is going to get a release date? Hopefully, never. A triple feature commentary? That's cool. Gore Verbinski? I guess it depends on the movie. I have to look at. I know he directed Pirates of the Caribbean, but then he also directed The Lone Ranger. Yeah, The Lone Ranger. I'm not watching. I've never seen The Weatherman. I've seen a little bit of Rango. I didn't mind it. Mouse Hunt, that's probably my favorite film he's done, actually. Yeah, I plan on seeing it. There's a theater like 20 minutes from here. There's one that's closer, but the one that's a little bit further out is nicer. So I'm going to go there. No, like I just have no interest in watching. I don't mind the first movie. I don't mind the first, Shazam movie, but I'm good on the. I don't. I have no desire to watch it. I'm glad that didn't happen. Who would want to see a Johnny Quest movie with Zac Efron and Dwayne Johnson? Not me. Yeah, and The Ring I've never seen. What would the title of the King Kong horror movie be? I don't know. Nightmare on Skull Island. I don't know, man. That's one. There's a title for you. Man, I'm pretty sure I just gave Sci-Fi Channel a new horror film. Another creature feature, a King Kong ripoff. I'm sure I just gave him a King Kong ripoff title, Nightmare on Skull Island, or King Kong meets Sharknado, or whatever. You think superhero movies are losing popularity? Yeah. I mean, Ant-Man 3 underperformed, and it looks like, Shazam 2 is not going to do well. And I think people are just, are getting burned out. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, sorry to hear that, man. Awesome. I mean, I don't know what you can get for a quarter, a dime, and two nickels, but you know, yeah, I did write those down actually. Godzilla horror movie, maybe. I would go cash it, Common Rider. Go cash it and get yourself a chicken sandwich. Sorry to hear that, Scotty. Yeah, they would never do an R-rated Godzilla movie. What if Gore Verbinski directed a Scooby Doo movie? You would have Johnny Depp as Fred. It would be 3 hours long. It would have a lot of CGI. No, actually, Johnny Depp would be Shaggy. Orlando Bloom would be Fred. Um, yeah. Can you imagine? It would be very boring. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, I'm going to see it next Saturday around lunch. I hope it's good. They better be good, 3 hours long. What if Eli Roth directed an Alice in Wonderland horror movie? It would just be torture porn. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea, it's fun. Yeah, unfortunately, Rise of the Beasts, because we need more Transformers movies. I don't know. I mean, I've heard mixed things. I've heard it's a mixed bag. I can wait on that movie. I mean, maybe if it's cheap to rent or whatever. If Michael Bay worked with Johnny Depp, sure, I'll be open to that. Hey, Wild Man Beyond. We got Wild Man in the house. Yeah, that was sad to hear. That was unexpected. Um, what's weird is the night before I had just rewatched John Wick Chapter 3, to refresh on it, and then the next day I saw that Lance Reddick had passed away. Again, just weird timing. Yeah, The Long Kiss of Goodnight. That's a great movie. 90s action classic. Yeah, Lance Reddick uh, from the John Wick movies. He passed away apparently from natural causes. But yeah, this happened yesterday, Scotty. He was only 60 years old. But since we got a little bit more people here in the chat, again, right now I'm still taking requests, to check out other movies to talk about and review here on the channel, and in between the Sly stuff. So Die Hard with a Vengeance out of the Die Hard movies. Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I need to go back. I mean, I've seen the first two so many times that I want to go back and refresh on Die Hard 3. I love it. It's a great movie, but I want to go back and rewatch it again. Yeah. Yeah, I could put that down here. Pinocchio's Revenge, really, Common Rider? I gotta spell Pinocchio. I can't spell. Yeah. Uh yeah, I mean, that's just sad. I mean, especially with John Wick 4 coming out here very soon. Yeah, I love all the okay, yeah, Die Hard 5. That to me is the worst, but I love all the Die Hard movies. That's the only highlight I mean, I can't blame you for remembering that part. I mean, you might have to give me a timestamp on that. So when I do watch it, I have something to look forward to. Because I don't look forward to Pinocchio's Revenge. I've heard about that movie. Uh, no, I haven't. I have not seen Macon. I've seen Scream 6. I saw it with a friend last week, and a little bit better than 5, but I don't know if I want to review it. I mean, actually, I take that back. The Scream movies were requested. Um, yeah, this I think Sean Little. He's requested the Scream movies, so I I need to maybe refresh on 5 because I wasn't a fan of that movie. I thought Scream 6 was better than 5, but not by much. I can never get into Friends. Yeah, I did hear about this. Apparently, they're making a movie on the creator of the Flaming Hot Cheetos. Why? Don't know. But not really. um, Megan, like that. Uh, is it available to rent though? I mean, I don't think it's in theaters no more. Not that I. Okay, I think it's on Peacock, and I don't know if I have Peak. Wait a second. Like that one, for me, it would have to be like, because even on Amazon right now, it's 20 to rent, and that would probably be like a paid request or something. Like maybe I could wait down the line, but yeah, it is available on Amazon, but to rent it's $20, and I don't have Peacock. I mean, I'll double check if I have Peacock or not. I don't think so. Um, it's coming out on video next week. Yeah, that I may wait on because I would have to pay to rent. And honestly, then I'm not all excited to watch it. Like with Scream 6, I wasn't excited to watch Scream 6, but I went with a friend. It was her birthday, so you know. Beyonce had a cameo in Shazam, the first movie or the new movie. I mean, I had heard about this. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Creed 3, I just don't have a lot of interest either. Somewhat entertaining. Yeah, that's cool. I heard about that. Good for Cobra Kai. 50 theaters only? Yeah. But yeah, if I want to actually on Prime or Amazon right now, it's not available to rent. You have to buy, and it's still $20, which I'm not buying it. Yeah, I mean, the Austin Powers movies I've never seen. Honestly, I know that's strange, but it's kind of been like the first movie I remember seeing bits and pieces of back in the day, but I don't remember watching the entire film or the other films. I do have those movies in a triple pack DVD, but I've never seen um, all of the Austin Powers movies. No, I I saw the film because it was a paid ticket. Even my brother, who's more of a diehard MCU fan, he didn't like it, and I could tell it was just a forgettable movie. Yeah, that's cool. Top Gun and Maverick got some awards. Chad Cancelton would watch Megan. 90s movies, if there's if it has a white male lead, Chad Cancelton's going to cancel all of them. Any movie from the 90s that stars a white male is going to be canceled, courtesy of Chad Cancelton. Don't watch Ant-Man 3. Do I think Ghoulies will get a remake? To be honest with you, I've never seen Ghoulies, but I still say don't do it. Yeah, Modoc. He looked like Modoc. It looked like a big CGI rectum. That's Modoc. 47% of Rotten Tomatoes. It deserves it. Okay. Feed to the Sharks. Victor Salva. Forced to watch Ezra Miller dance. Max Landis. Peter Griffin could beat the crap out of Danny Masterson. How about that? But yeah. That's another film that I've only seen a little bit of. I've never seen the entire film, Wild Wild West. I've never seen the entire film. It deserves it. I mean, it's such a well-made film, and I did review the film, but I felt like I want to go back and rewatch it again because just to get a better understanding of it and maybe come back with a more better review. Not saying that I did a bad job or whatever, but I felt like if I go back and rewatch it again, I can understand it a bit better. Like it's one of those, that requires more viewings, more, um, sitting down, rewatching it again. It's a great movie, though. He should. Will Smith, should just stay away. I mean, if he Bad Boys 4, I know they're working on that. I have no interest at all. Um, to me, he just, he may come back after another year or two, but it's just one of those things. I think for me, it's going to take a long time for him to recover. I think he would have been escorted out. Or if Will Smith found a way to get into the Oscars, they would have had the crisis team because I don't know if some of you heard about that at the Oscars. Apparently they had a crisis team ready for anything that would happen. If there's any sort of violence on stage, part of me would like to see this crisis team. Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy for him, and I hope that he gets more projects. Yeah. Ki Kwan, I don't know what he should do next. Um, I know he's going to be on that Loki TV show for Disney Plus. I'm not that interested in that. I mean, I think for me, the next best thing that he should do, even though I don't think they're going to do it, but they should just go ahead and do the short round spinoff. Like it to me, that would be great. I think more people. I think we all want to see a short round again. I think people would watch that, but they're not going to do it. Yeah, I did see that. It was funny. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. That's the first time I've heard about that. Yeah, I did. It was funny. Yeah. I think he's banned for a decade. I mean, he'll be back. I mean, as far as like movies, I mean, like I said, they're working on Bad Boys 4 right now. I'm not thrilled about it, but they're making it. But I think even after then, because I don't know what is Bad Boys 4. How do you think that's going to turn out? It's either going to be a hit because of the whole Will Smith thing, or people are not going to care because of the whole Will Smith thing. So where do you guys stand on that? Do you think it'll make money because of the slap and Will Smith, and or do you think it's going to be have the opposite effect? Yeah, I didn't know either. Yeah, it is. It's a great performance, but the whale is sort of depressing. Yeah, I think it's one of his best rants. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have a bad feeling about Indy 5. Do you have anyone you just recently added to your Hollywood blah, 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 I can't talk. Celebrity crush list? Hmm. Anybody new? Not really. I mean, I'm sure I could come up with a answer later, um, but not right now. I can't think of anybody. I haven't seen Bad Boys 3 yet. Um, Maybe in a few years. Yeah, his rant on Spider-Man No Way Home, that was entertaining. Um, I think I remember enjoying his rant on Expendables 3 back in the day, and he did a rant on the 2014 Ninja Turtles movie back in the day. But so I would say check some of those out. Shout out to Fabio. Let me guess, Wild Man. Zendaya, Jenna Ortega, Sadie Sink. Jungle Cruise 2, we don't need. Yeah, that was entertaining. Ah, yeah, Bedrock. Like we need a Bedrock series. I liked it when it first came out. There's some things I like about it, like Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina. It was cool to see Tobey Maguire back, Andrew Garfield, but no one talks about it. No one talks about that film anymore. And to be honest with you, I just don't care about the movie. Man, I've seen it once. I can't remember. I knew I saw it once. Um, but yeah, at this point, I just don't care about the movie. Sydney Sweeney, okay. I haven't seen her in anything. Yeah, I did hear about this. Apparently, Bel Air is getting renewed for another season because that's what we need, a third season of Bel Air. To me, I would say Spider Man 3 is the worst, but that's just me. I still think Spider-Man 3 takes the cake on that one. Yeah. I would say my favorite part from that rant he did was when he went off about Spider-Man not being a man, do some fucking push-ups. That was great. Um, but yeah, and again, check out the Italian Stallion 51. Great guy. I want to get him up here again, but I know he's busy and stuff, or I don't know his schedule. Oh man, my belly. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Then Harry Osborn looked like Evil Ed. Paul Giamatti's Rhino was embarrassing. Embarrassing, just awful. Jamie Foxx, maybe he was okay, but the earlier in the film, the look he was going for, with the hair and the glasses, and I'm like, he just, trying to so hard to be like Edward Nigma. Okay, she loves to get naked. I've never seen Euphoria. Don't plan on it. Yeah, even looking back on that movie, like they weren't given much to do. Like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, they were in the film for a little bit. They weren't given much to do. They didn't have any great notable moments. So you're asking, would I rather watch Batman and Robin or Spider Man 3? Honestly, Spider Man 3. No, I take that back. I'd rather watch Batman and Robin because at least I can laugh at that. It's laughable. So, yeah. I mean, I can't decide which one's worse, but if I had to pick one to watch, I'll watch Batman and Robin. I have never seen Don't Worry, Darling. I have a feeling I would hate it. Strays, I haven't seen the trailer, but I've heard about it. Like it's an adult version of Homeward Bound. I think I'll pass. Oh. Hmm. Sorry about that. She's like Amber Heard with heart, soul, and brains. Maybe. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen her in much, so I can't say for sure. Yeah, I will give the film that. That was a good moment for him. He's just an actor that I don't really care for. Like Topher Grace, everything that I've seen him in, movie wise, whether it be Predators, Spider Man 3, the guy just makes it worse. That's tough. I mean, I would say, for me, Topher Grace is worse. I can't stand Jesse Eisenberg because now every time I think about him, I think about his Lex Luthor. And it just, I can't, I think Topher Grace is worse. At least Jesse Eisenberg, he did Zombieland. So what do you want me to rant on? I mean, Is Ashton Kutcher a better actor than Topher Grace? I would say so. Don't Worry, Darling. You're gonna okay. That's up to you, Jonathan. I mean, that's your call, man. I mean, I have a bad feeling. I'm probably not gonna like it. Better Venom. Hmm. I have to think about that. I don't know. I mean, someone other than Tom Hardy and Topher Grace. Like Tom Hardy maybe would have been good, but they just played it up like a sitcom. I can't stand the writing. I can't stand the direction. So yeah. Hey, the one. Maybe Thomas Jane. I mean, maybe. But I would say if it was like 20 years ago, animated Spaceball sequel, nah, not so much now. Oof. Do you think that Carl Urban should have played Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3 with better writing? Um, I think even then, like, I would have want someone a little bit younger than that because even back then, Carl Urban would have been mid 30s. Because assuming that, Eddie Brock and Peter are around the same age, at least I thought, right? I mean, so I don't know. Maybe you could have him play Eddie Brock or someone else. I mean, I have to think that Topher Grace was, however old he was when he played Eddie Brock, what, late 20s? I would say maybe around that time you could have had another actor around that age, a little bit younger. Daniel Craig. Don't start on that. Wow, man, Beyond's going to he's going to lose it. Yeah, Spider Man 3s, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of those movies. The only thing that I've enjoyed lately from the DC universe, the Batman, I really enjoyed. Joker, the new Suicide Squad movie, I really enjoyed that. Topher Grace, Liam Hemsworth, John Cena. Out of those three, who's the worst? I say Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. To me, Liam Hemsworth is the worst out of those three because at least I could watch John Cena. John Cena, I'm not a fan of, but I thought he was good in the Suicide Squad. The only time that I've liked John Cena. So Liam Hemsworth, I've never liked in anything. Yeah. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, maybe Robert Pattinson. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Jackass Forever. I want to pick it up on Blu-ray. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I want to pick it up at some point here. I haven't seen Trainwreck. Ah. So again, for people that are joining the chat here, I'll mention it again. Right now, doing requests, and I'm still kind of writing down movies here to check out and review here. So I'm still doing the Stallone marathon on the channel, but I'm trying to break it up a little bit. You know what? He might work. Ryan Philippe. I did see it, and I thought it was better than Scream 5. Um, and somebody actually requested that I talk about and review the Scream movies. So I'm about to go back and rewatch 5 and 6 again. So I don't know when that's going to be, but that's on the agenda here. But Ryan Philippe, he's another actor that I'm not big on, but I think he would have been not too bad of a choice for Venom. I've never seen the '70s Show. My favorite green character? I don't know. I have to think about that one. I mean, there's Yoda, there's Hulk, Oscar the Grouch, Luigi, Greedo. You know what? Slimer. Slimer's my favorite. Top 5 Batman live action movies. I would say my favorite is Batman 89, Batman Returns, The Batman, Batman Forever, and then The Dark Knight. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is a classic. Yeah, I thought 6 was better than 5. It seemed like the directors had a better handle on the story. The characters seemed better written. I like that it took place in New York. I mean, it did seem to copy Scream 2 quite a bit, and that's one thing that I didn't like. As far as the finale, but I don't want to give anything too much away here. But yeah, so I thought it was an improvement over 5. Um, I mean, if I review the Scream movies, I'm definitely going to go back and rewatch it again. But I may wait until like it's available to rent or whatever. The Men in Black cartoon, I remember it back in the day, but I haven't seen it in 20 plus years. Yeah, Batman Begins. Yeah, I think I like The Dark Knight a little bit more. I've never seen that movie, but I've heard about it. I mean, yes, because I'm not too crazy about the Nolan trilogy, but I will say The Dark Knight. Like, I can't throw Batman and Robin in there. It's a laughable movie. It's bad. But on the technical level and story level and so much more, I mean, the Nolan films are better. And if I had to pick a favorite, The Dark Knight. So it is in my top 5. Yeah, I thought the main character was better directed and better written here in this movie. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with Scream 5. Um, it's like I don't know if they were just playing it safe or they didn't know what they were doing, or it's like they had these characters but they didn't know what to do with these characters or how to write these characters. But it does seem like in Scream 6, it's an improvement, and I cared a little bit more. So I don't know what they did different. I don't know if they got different writers or they just kind of fleshed out the characters better. So it was definitely an improvement. Yeah, I mean, I have a soft spot for Batman Forever, so I can't uh, disclude that from the top five. I've never, yeah, I mean, cartoons suck nowadays. Anime, I never really got big into. The Nolan Batmans are your favorite? Yeah, Bruce Almighty. I saw that in the theater. I think it came out in like was it like May of '03 or June? I can't believe there's a lot of movies that I saw that year in '03. Bruce Almighty, the first Hulk movie, T3, X-Men 2. I remember seeing quite a bit that year. I've never seen that. But you know what? I'm gonna write it down here. I hope that's okay, Jonathan Mills, because I want to check that film out, and I do have it. It'll give me a reason to check it out. But I hope that hope that's okay. Yeah, it's cool to see her too. It was cool to see her character back, and she had some good moments in Scream Six. Well, I think for me, what happened, like the whole Nolan trilogy, when The Dark Knight Rises came out, and a lot of people didn't like it, and including myself, I didn't like the film. And then, like you heard about all the death threats, uh, people like fans were just going off the deep end with that movie, and I can still remember that. And I think that's one of the reasons why, like, it just kind of burned me out on that trilogy. Now, again, I would say my favorite is The Dark Knight, but for me, because of just how insane the fans went to the point of throwing out death threats for not liking the trilogy, and I'm like, eh, I just it kind of soured me on that, to be honest. The Love Guru. I've never seen The Love Guru. Don't plan on it. That's one thing too I don't like about Scream 5. Well, for one, so the main cast of the fifth movie, they were able to survive and move on, but Dewey has to die. That's the one thing that I just can't like. Scream 5, to me, Scream 5 is the worst Scream movie. Um, and that's one of the things too that just really put it over the top. Like again, some of the characters in Scream 6, they're done a little bit better, but why did Dewey have to die? I'd much rather just not have seen Dewey. Like Nev Campbell didn't come back for Scream 6, so just keep Dewey out of it. See, even Lucy's in agreement. Disaster movie I've never seen. All right, you want? All right, here she is. All right, she wants to make her live stream appearance here. It's been a little bit. Say hey to everybody out there watching. Yeah. Now, go get your food. Yeah, Lucy's had enough of Scream 5. Yeah. Um, I mean, it's calmed down quite a bit because the trilogy's over. So, but I just think that ever since then, I just kind of like soured on the franchise. Now, I will say I look forward to Nolan's next movie, Oppenheimer. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, she's left. She's gone. Meet the Spartans was trash. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't seen anything with Sydney Sweeney. Pick five Disney characters to go up against Danny Masterson, Max Landis, Victor Salva, John Moore, and Brett Ratner. I don't know. I have to think about that. Who dat? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the James Bond movies. In fact, I got this here. And yeah, I'm wearing shorts, gym shorts. And this is a good book here. I mean, I don't agree with everything that's been said here, from the author, but uh, it talks about every film from Doctor No to No Time to Die, and it's a lot of cool stuff here, information. Um, but yeah, the Bond movies. If you could find this book, I do recommend it. Oh, that's cool. One of your friends knows Christopher Nolan. That's cool. One of the worst casting choices in the movies. Okay, I'll give you a recent example. Uh, Ezra Miller as the Flash. There you go. What's one of the lowest rated films on IMDb? A License to Kill is a great Bond movie. But yeah, this is a good book right here. It's a retrospective packed with the details on the making of each Bond film, and overview of every Bond film, including fun trivia and anecdotes, and a commentary on each film's virtues and flaws. And yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of not a lot of pictures and stuff, but I mean, you kind of see right there. But it's a good book if you're a big fan of the Bond movies. Hey, DJ Donnelly. Meet the Spartans as a 2.9. Who's going to ruin Who's going to ruin TMNT more, Michael Bay or Seth Rogen? Seth Rogen, because the Ninja Turtles are a bunch of 7-year-olds. When you see the new trailer, to me they don't sound like teenagers. And then I saw a picture of some of the voice cast for the Turtles, and yeah, they don't look no older than 10 years old. I mean, and then like Splinter has an afro in that. Like what? Why does Splinter have an afro? Makes no sense to me. But I think that's the result of too much weed. Yeah, I've never seen Meet the Spartans. I've never seen Disaster Movie. But now that I mention it, somebody's going to request it. Yeah. Yeah, Seth Rogen turned the turtles into babies. Yeah, exactly. I've never heard of him. Calvin Dyson. Hey there. All right, sounds good. Yeah, like even I said earlier, for people on here, I mean, if you want to go back later and comment down below a film you want me to check out and review, let me know. Because I don't know. I would love to see it, but I have a feeling it would just be fan made. Which they did make a fan film back in the day. I remember back in like 2011 or 12. Whenever that came out, I remember that being fun. I would say Charlie and the Whale, um, because it's a sad story, which is why I liked Brendan Fraser in the movie. I thought he gave us a great performance, but it's not a film that honestly is rewatchable for me because it's a very depressing movie. Yeah, I did see that. Halloween Kills, not a fan of. I mean, I haven't seen a picture of Sydney Sweeney, so I don't know. I can't say. But I'll probably go on for, see what time is it now? Maybe like 30 more minutes here. Um, do I have any plans to go to any conventions? Yeah. There's a Fear Fest coming up in May in Raleigh here. I'll be going to that. And what else? There may be another one like in the fall. I don't know. Scarefest, is that? Now, where's that at? I mean, oh yeah, I mean GalaxyCon. I may go to in July here. I was supposed to go last year. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, GalaxyCon in July, so I probably will go to that too. So there's a couple of conventions. What if Rob Zombie made an April O'Neil solo movie? He probably would. His wife would play April. Seth Rogen says something like, "People have not recovered from criticism from people on the internet, so we have another crybaby." Yeah, exactly. Congrats to her. I mean, she was great in that movie. Lexington, but that'd be cool. Yeah, maybe I have to think about it. I mean, I don't know how far is Lexington for me. Let me key this in real quick. Yeah, it's about 8 hour drive from where I'm at. So I have to maybe I have to think about it. Baby Yoda. Yeah, I'm glad that Michelle Yeoh won that award. So I didn't watch the Oscars this year, but there were some great moments, I will say. The worst experience I've ever had. Um, I haven't had any worst experiences, but I remember very well walking out on MacGruber. I don't know why I felt like I had to go watch that movie, but I went to go check out MacGruber, and if I believe, so when was that? Back in 2010 or 2011? So, yeah, even then I was still working at the theater, didn't pay anything for it, and I was hating MacGruber. I'm like, I'm ready for this to be over. And then I got an emergency phone call, like in the middle of the movie, and I walked out. So yeah, the worst horror movie of the 2020s, Scream Five. I mean, I don't know. I have to think about that. But I mean, I may, think about it. The Scare Fest. Hey, Junebug. We got Junebug in the house. Is there a movie you've only seen parts of but wish to watch it incomplete? Uh, okay, one movie that comes to mind, Inception. I've only seen a little bit of the movie because when that came out, I was working at the theater, and I remember going in and out of the movie, just to check on the people, the crowd. I'm like, this looks pretty cool, and I do have the film, so I may have to watch it. But that's one film that jumps to mind. It ain't too bad. It would give me an excuse to go to Kentucky because I've never been to Kentucky, and if I'm correct, I think Jim Varney is buried in that city. Um, that'd be neat to go visit Kentucky. Yeah, I do like nature hikes. Evil Dead Rise is a 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. I don't trust it. Did anybody see this video where there was just like panel for that movie, Evil Dead Rise, and there was like a heckler in the crowd, and he just went off and threw a fit, and Bruce Campbell got on him, like get the fuck out of here. I don't know if anybody saw that video. Split, I remember being decent. I do have the film somewhere. I remember liking the film. Like, oh, it's an okay watch for me. I'm not watching Glass. I've heard, I don't know, I've heard terrible things about that movie. I'm not even the biggest fan of James McAvoy, but I thought, he had some interesting parts in that. Um, I don't know. I haven't seen much of clips or whatever. Oh, really? Hmm. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go to Kentucky. Visit the cocaine bear, the real cocaine bear. He might be. Yeah, Knock at the Cabin. I haven't seen, but I've heard some okay things about the film. What movie do I wish I could be thrown in, like in the kid from Last Action Hero? Well, I think I would die, like as soon as I entered that universe. But if I had to pick one movie, I don't know. Um, hmm. I don't know. Maybe Mortal Kombat. That way, I could just be in the crowd and watch the fights happen. Yeah, I mean, he had. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of McAvoy, but I remember there were some scenes in that I didn't mind. But with Glass, I've heard some things about that movie that makes me not want to watch it. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I haven't heard. I mean, he says he's retired, but I haven't heard anything about the new Evil Dead movie. The Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. Okay, since I use stars in my reviews, let's just say 3 out of 10. So what is that? A star and a half? That's not much. But like I can, if there's anything redeeming about that movie, maybe Kano. It was interesting to see some characters that we haven't seen before, but it's a forgettable movie. Yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. But let me see here. Yeah, I'll go on for another 15, 20 minutes here. Okay, well, the one thing that I've heard about that movie is a certain character dies, and I don't know. I'd rather stick with Unbreakable if that's the case. I mean, Pandora from Avatar. I mean, I haven't seen Avatar in years. I mean, it looks great visually, but I don't own the movie. Apparently, Willem Dafoe expresses interest in reprising Green Goblin for a third Spider-Man film. Come on. Yeah, I did hear about that. I've never seen Gladiator, believe it or not. I've never seen that movie. I know it's strange, but I do have the film, but I've never seen it. Okay, I mean, maybe one day, but I would have to go back and rewatch Unbreakable and Split. My favorite video from Fabio, probably the No Way Home rant. That was a lot of fun. Favorite fictional planet from outer space in movies or TV? I don't know. Favorite fictional planet? I have to think about that one. Yeah, I mean, well, he came back for No Way Home, and apparently he wants to come back for another one. Yeah, yeah, I've never seen Gladiator. It's strange, but like I said, I have it on DVD. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. You know what? I'm actually because I want to, watch that film again. I'm going to write that down here. It's a great movie. What aspect about Terminator Dark Fate sucks the most? I would say killing off John Connor in the first 5 minutes. That is probably to me the worst aspect of that movie. Yeah, that was a great rant. Oh, she's in that movie? It's funny because I have that on Blu-ray, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I've been it's funny because I've been like thinking about that movie, I want to watch it. I've never seen it. Like it's still in the wrap. So I may have to check out that movie now. But yeah, like I said earlier, still taking, requests, and what I may do, like I'll collect, a whole bunch of them, come back with another video where I pick out of a hat or whatever, and that's going to be the first one, kind of like random pick. So I may do something like that, you know, do like a little short video and pick out, what I'm going to do first, review wise. Favorite and least favorite Kubrick movie. I don't know if I have a least favorite. My favorite Stanley Kubrick movie is The Shining, but I don't know if I have a least favorite. Yeah, I need a. You know what? I'm gonna write it down here on the paper, like for myself, because I've been wanting to watch it, and I know apparently he's working on his final film, The Movie Critic, Tarantino. So I think his final movie's written, and they're going to start working on it. I've heard something about that, like it's going to have a female lead, and it's going to take place in the 70s. But I have a feeling like, if that's going to be his last movie, he's going to like get everybody that he's worked with in that movie. That would have been cool. As a matter of fact, get him, Ke Quan, get him for Tarantino's last movie. Like that'd be great. That would be perfect. That is what he should do next. Not Loki. Have him be in Tarantino's last movie. I don't know if I have a favorite Siskel and Ebert review, but I did enjoy. I mean, I've enjoyed some of the reviews that I've seen on YouTube. You don't believe him? Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. Because I thought, wasn't he too working on a show before, mentioning this, the movie critic, whatever this movie is coming up? Yeah. Yeah, like he should have been in Indy 5. Oh, yeah, that'd be great too. Apparently, I didn't know like Tom Sizemore was attached to Cobra Kai the next season. Like I saw that on IMDb, but of course, he passed away. Yeah, I mean, the only Tarantino movies I haven't seen, some of you won't believe it. I have not seen all of Pulp Fiction. I've only seen like kind of scenes here and there. Same thing with the Kill Bill movies. I've only seen scenes here and there. I haven't seen the entire movies. Like the only movies that I've seen entirety, like the whole film, Reservoir Dogs is great. Jackie Brown, I enjoy. I haven't seen The Hateful Eight. Inglorious Bastards, I've seen most of it. I wouldn't say that's my favorite. And I'm thinking about, yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I haven't seen yet. So, yeah. To me, he should have won the Oscar for Rocky Balboa instead of Creed, but that's just me. Yeah, Quan should have been in Indy 4. Like, maybe, I think because he was working on Everything Everywhere All at Once, that, they could not get him from Indy 5. But for me, I still say do the short round spinoff. I saw that video, but I don't get it. I mean, I don't know the meaning behind that. Like, what's the backstory? See, I don't know everything. I mean, that's just, you know, I know some things, but I don't know everything. But I will go on for, let's say, 5 more minutes here. So if anybody has any more questions. Yeah, I've only seen like a little bit of the first Kill Bill, but I just never like sat down and watched both the. I do have both movies on DVD. Yeah, like Sly be perfect for a Tarantino movie, or like, I don't know. I mean, Sly would be great. I'm trying to think who else would be great in a Tarantino movie. I don't know. I mean, there's so many other actors. Yeah, John Wick 4, I plan on seeing next Saturday, matinee around lunch. So I do plan on reviewing that when that comes out. Um, so that's a review that is coming up. Um, I've already, I mean, other new movies this year. I mean, I haven't looked at any. Okay. Action figure collection video. I only have one really, and that's my NECA Predator 2 NECA. That's it. I don't have any action figures. I have like a couple of Funkos, but I think they're in the closet. So again, I don't have much. Even my okay, so I do have a Turbo Man. I do have a Turbo Man, but it's in the closet right now. Like it would be up there, but all my TV shows are up on the top, so I don't want to take them down. But I do like, one more question here, then we'll wrap up for now. I think that he should have gotten more for Rocky Balboa, but that's just me. Like I'm not even big on the Creed movies, but I know I'm going to talk about them at some point here. Now, in regards to the Stallone marathon, the next review is Paradise Alley because I can't find Fist anywhere unless I want to pay 20 or 30 bucks for the DVD, which I don't want to. But I can't find it anywhere to rent. I mean, so um, I'm gonna skip that for now. Um, Favorite Smash Brothers character? When I played Super Smash back in the day, I would say is it Samus or Seamus? I always get the name mixed up, but I always would play as uh, Samus. I don't know why I could be pronouncing it wrong, Samus or Seamus. But yeah, every time I would play Super Smash, that was my go-to character. But I'm going to end it here for now. Just want to say thank you to everybody out there for watching. And yeah, thank you guys for the suggestions. Yeah, I'm going to review Nighthawks. That will be, let's see, I'll let you guys know real quick. as far as the Stallone reviews. Give you an idea of what order. So next up is Paradise Alley, then Nighthawks. Then we'll talk about Victory, and then we'll review the First Blood movies. So yeah, Nighthawks is going to be after Paradise Alley. But to everybody out there in the chat, thank you for hanging in there, and thank you for stopping by. And it was a lot of fun. And very soon here, we'll pick out a night to do a hangout and go from there. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you around.